Alright guys, today I'm gonna make a video about replacing brakes and rotors on this 2002 to 2006 Honda CRV. It's just pretty much the same for any gear model. It's all basic stuff, so just gonna make a quick video about it. I'm gonna replace all 4 rotors and brakes because these brakes and rotors are bad. This is a $500 CRV that I bought, so we're just gonna do some maintenance because brake pads on this thing are pretty much nearly gone, and there's lots of vibration on this thing whenever I apply the brakes. So we're gonna go ahead and take care of that today. So you can see these rotors, they still have the screw on there, so we're gonna go ahead and put some PB blaster, let it sit for a little while I remove the calipers and all that other stuff. Let it sit and soak. And do that to both sides. This thing has 261,000 miles on it, and also gonna put a little bit here because they tend to stick in there too. Make sure that they come loose. Alright, I went ahead and turned the steering wheel that way, since this is the side that I'm working on right now, because I'm gonna go ahead and remove, we gotta remove the bracket, and it makes it easier if the wheel is turned that way you can remove the bolts. But this right here for the caliper is a 12 millimeter. I'm just gonna loosen them up. And we're just gonna stick a screwdriver here, try it out. We have a caliper hanger here that we're gonna use so we can hang this somewhere, if I can find a place to put it. Okay, I'm just gonna put it there. That way it's not hanging by the brake line. Now we're gonna go ahead and remove this bolt, I should say. You gotta find out what size those are. And that's a 17 millimeter bolt, and for that I'm gonna use my impact, because those things are probably super tight. But you can also use a breaker bar if you don't have an impact. As you can see, the bracket just fell off, so you can see that these brake pads are pretty much gone. There's like almost nothing left. Now we're gonna see if we can break these screws loose. Hopefully they're not too tight. Well, that one wasn't too bad. Let's see if this one is easy. It's just as easy. I never had good luck with this thing. Sometimes I have to cut them with the grinder. You can see this one came off easily, but that one doesn't want to come off. I'm gonna see if I can use my impact with the screwdriver head. I'm gonna hit around it a couple times just to see if I can break it loose. Just be careful not to hit the stud, so you're gonna have to replace those. Let's see if I can use my impact. Sometimes that'll, if you just give it one good, and you got to push hard on it too. There you go. And that rotor is off. You can see it's got a lot of lines on, and from the inside you can feel some of the grooves. You can feel some grooves on the inside. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to clean this surface right here, the mating surface on the hub. get rid of all the loose rust and probably put some anti-seize, before I put the new rotor on there. I'm just going to use my drill and this little wire adapter. That should be pretty good right there. It's pretty smooth. Okay guys, so before you go ahead and put the bracket back on, you make sure you clean the slide pins, because this is a good example why. Look at how dried up and rusted out this one is. See that? There's no grease in there. All there is like gunk and chunks of rust and old grease. So the way I do is I take this out. I use brake cleaner. I take the boot and then I fill the hole there with brake cleaner like that. Let it soak for a little bit. I have one of these wire brushes and I just shove that in there and just turn it and spin it and go in and out and break everything loose in there. You can see all that rust is coming out. I do that several times until it all looks clean. Now we gotta make sure we clean the inside of the boot too, because there's a lot of junk in there, rust and old grease. And I use the same brake cleaner. What I do is I shove like a rag, or in this case I'm using a paper towel. Alright guys, so the bracket is greased up and ready to go. I got anti-seize on the hub center there, and we just gotta clean the rotor with brake cleaner before we go ahead and install it, because it's got oils on it to keep it from getting rusty. Just make sure that if you put in the screws back on, make sure you line up the holes where they go. I normally don't put them back on, but this time, since they came off easily, I'm gonna go ahead and put them back on with, wait, that's the wrong hole. I'm gonna go ahead and put them back on with a little bit of anti-seize on them. That's the wrong hole. There you go. Honestly, these screws usually don't do anything other than holding the rotor there in place. That's why most of the time, if they don't come off easily, I just cut them and never put them back on. Alright, now we can go ahead and install the bracket. I don't know the torque specs for it, but I'm just gonna torque them as tight as the impact. That should be good enough. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and install the clips on the bracket. Okay, so there's kind of slight difference between I'm guessing the other ones are for the rear. They might be a little different. See how these ones have a little bent here and this one doesn't. The ones that don't have it are for the front. These ones, I'm assuming they're for the rear. So this is the one that fits the front. Also, another thing to keep in mind before you install the new brake pads, see this little clip here? Make sure that that little clip goes on the inside and at the bottom, okay? Okay, compared to your old one, this one right here is on the bottom. If I were to go ahead and install this one, the other one, that clip would have been on top, and I don't think it's supposed to be on top. So I always try to just put everything back the same way that it came. So keep that in mind. This clip goes on the inside and at the bottom. So when I go and install this one on the other side, it's gonna be at the bottom as well. So keep that in mind. I'm gonna grease the touching points here. Just put a little grease on there like that. Grease on that one. Just like that. Also, guys, don't forget to put your little clips that go here. So now we're gonna compress the caliper. Before you compress the caliper, make sure you take the lid off, the cap off of the reservoir here. That way it doesn't build up pressure, and because when you compressing it, fluid is gonna go back up into the reservoir. So you want to make sure that that cap is off. Just kind of slowly compress the caliper back in. Kind of look at your reservoir, make sure it's not overflowing too. You can see the fluid is all the way up to the top now. Alright guys, just real quick, I want to show you, if you don't have a pump or a turkey baster or whatever, just use like this is from a lotion, body lotion bottle. You can use that. I used this before. Just go like that, and it quickly sucks up as much as you want. Just make sure when you go to remove, pull the straw out of the reservoir, that you're not dripping, because it's gonna be some in the straw, like that. That gives me enough room for whenever I have to pump or push in the other caliper piston, just to make room. I'm just gonna keep this here for now, because I'm probably gonna need it again. So okay, go ahead and put those on. This one on. Nice and snug. Okay. And that's pretty much done. Now, once you get all of them done, actually you can probably pump the brakes now. That way you have room in the reservoir when you do your other side. But before you go out on a test drive, make sure you pump the brakes a few times. That way the caliper tighten up a little bit and there's not going to be any play in it. Otherwise, the first time you step on the brake, you're not going to have any brakes. So don't forget to do that, okay? Okay guys, so that's it for this video. It's the same thing on the other side, so there's no point in me filming the other side. That's all for today. I hope it helps you out. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to the channel, comment down below, ask any questions if you have any questions, and I will see you in the next video. Bye now.